Good evening, folks. I haven't made a video all week, but I wanted to just do a brief video here and talk about coaching. I I've been helping some people out with coaching and mentoring, and I've been thinking this evening, and I was thinking the last couple of days, what it entails being a good quality coach. And I believe I made a little bit of video on this a few couple of weeks back, maybe a week back or 2 weeks back. But the goal here as a coach is to be an active listener. And that's very key to being an effective coach. And then when I'm talking about being an effective coach, I'm not talking like, but there's some correlation with, being like on an athletic field or a football field or a baseball field. But the last few days, I've been thinking, what makes a good coach? And part of that as a good coach is, like I just said, is an active listener. But the goal here as a coach is you work on people's strength, and not necessarily their strengths, but you emphasize or you make aware of their strengths, and also to make them aware of their weaknesses, and want them to expand on their strengths, but also to work on their weaknesses. And case in point, a friend of mine wanted to work on being more active listener, and I just was talking about that. And I told them the best key on that is letting the other finish their sentences. And that's something that I used to struggle with, and I still struggle with, is I come up with a thought, and I really don't let the individual finish their thought. So what I'm trying to do as an effective coach is let them do that as well. The goal as a coach is to have that person be in a state where they're better off than they were maybe 2 weeks ago, a month ago, 60 days ago, and whatever that time frame is. And part of that is effective coach is you have them write down their goals and objectives. I talked to somebody earlier in the week, and when I was working with them, I said the best step, first off, is you journalize. Journalize what I do, and I journalize every day. For the most part, 98, 99%. Occasionally, I'll miss a day. But the goal here always is I journalize and see what I can do to improve my day, or improve what I need to work on. And finally, as an effective coach, the goal is to always be there as a support. I see there's a difference between mentoring and coaching, and a lot of people say, well, what's the difference? Mentoring is you mentor that person, you set the foundation. Coaching is more on not so much developing the person, but showing what their goals and objectives are. And I think there's a distinction between what is coaching and what is mentoring. Mentoring, like I said, is I mentor a couple people that I know of, and there's a couple people that have asked questions about how to do things better. I have a couple colleagues that went to that are a year to 2 years behind me in the PhD program. So I call that mentoring because I'm helping them process what they do. They do because I'm mentoring where they see themselves. And now, like I said, to me, there's a distinction. Coaching goes over a long period of time. Mentoring, I think, is also a short-term type of situation. Coaching, to me, is something that is short-term. In other words, there, like I said before, is a plan and an objective. For instance, last year when I was Toastmasters, and I'm involved with Toastmasters very extensively right now, is as mentoring. I had an individual last year mentor me on how to be more effective in speaking. And by that mentoring, that person was able to help me develop more an effective speaking ability. Now, as a coach, I'm my goal is in the next couple of weeks, once I get things situated with work and situated with now that I've got the PhD completed, once I get the official just diploma, then my goal will be to get a speaking coach. And in other words, the speaking coach is somebody where I'm going to come up with the goals and objective. Because one of my goals, two of my goals actually, is one to do a TED talk, which I applied for, but also to do some other lectures on some of the issues that I have, like for kids with Native American reservations. And that's one of my projects as well. It's like I was talking to one of my colleagues today, and they were asking me, one of my colleagues from work a couple earlier this week, and then one of my colleagues that are like a year or two behind me in the PhD. And I was telling them about how I wanted to develop a more speaking coach, which will be more effective for my speaking ability. Because, like I said, I've got got a conference I'm going to do in the spring. I got one this fall, and I really want to do something with the APA thing. I also have to figure out a time frame where I have to go down to Arizona, pick up the rest of my books in Tucson. But I also, when I go down there, because I like to multitask, is I have to figure out where I can take like three or 4 days, stop by a couple of reservations, talk to them about the drought on the reservation, and then make that part of my next topic, which is drought in the reservation, because with the excessive drought that's going on out in Arizona. So in essence, that will be part of what I want to do as part of my coaching when I reach out to somebody. So that is what I plan on working on. And like I said, my goal is I'm going to be off this weekend. Be honest with you, the weather here is going to be somewhat rainy tomorrow, but I've got a couple of things I want to work on as well to get a better understanding and do some reading. But the goal for me is, when I talk about coaching and mentoring, I think there's two different concepts on that. And like I said, mentoring to me is something that's more long term, but coaching for me is something, like I said, I want to do in the fall, probably, like I said, for 60, 90 days. Find me a speaking coach and then go from there. Mentoring, like I said, is somebody that mentors you over a long period of time to make you a better, whether that is a manager, more effective speaker, etc. And like I said, that to me, there's a distinction between that, and you can look that up. But there's what I, like I've said, and I said this a couple of minutes ago, a crossover with that. But anyway, folks, these are some food for thoughts. Please like and subscribe. Have any questions? Feel free to reach out to me at B Thomas Miller Psych. That's BTHOMAS Miller MILLER Psych PSYCH@gmail.com. Remember, my books are available on there. Recently, the one Don't Buy Your Lottery Tickets on there, and I also put on there about the casino and the reservation, which is a very enlightening book about enlightenment book, I should say, about the casinos and the impact they're having on the reservations. Because with the COVID, a lot of the reservations count on the casinos for their social as well as their health issues. And with the COVID, it really caused a big problem on some reservations. Anyway, these are some food for thoughts. Please like and subscribe. subscribe, and feel free to reach out to me anytime. Thanks, and have a great day, folks, and talk to you real soon.